Alright, next performer. Very happy to have her making her school night debut. She's awesome and one of the best people you're going to meet. So you should meet her after the show because she's really awesome. Flying to San Fran tomorrow, so we're getting one in. She's going to rock it. Get up for Cat Toledo!
So this is my first real show. I've done like open mics like 2 or 3 times, but this is my first real one. But I've been preparing by watching as much comedy as I can and taking notes. And I've noticed that there's like certain like conventions, the conventions of stand-up. Like for example, like when you start, like you should connect with the audience. Like you could point out like sir in the plaid shirt, don't you ever get tired of feeling like you're living on the grid, or like, man in the hood feels like you're a wizard, right? or like just dude with the hair, hair. Other things that people use to make jokes are like impressions, and this is my impression of a fly frozen in an ice cube. Both flies and ice cubes make the same noise. And this is my impression of Janet Reno at like a political mixer, just hanging out, drinking like a cup of bitters with like some ice cubes, and one of those ice cubes is the ice cube with the fly. So she's like at the party, she's just like, and yeah, that's her. And then this is an impression of Janet Reno earlier that night, emptying her bowels in the bathroom, and that same fly who ends up in her mouth later on was actually hanging out on her poop, like washing its hands. And then, so she's in the bathroom, and she likes to talk on the phone when she's in the bathroom, and she's like, oh yeah, Claudia, why don't we get some more peacocks for the lawn? And I know, that could sound strange, but it's very true. I lived in Miami, and Janet Reno used to totally keep peacocks on her lawn. It sounds strange, but what's even worse is that nobody else would see them but me, but I swore I saw peacocks there. There's totally peacocks there. One moment. Oh yeah. So I do believe in deja vu, so stop me if you heard this one before. That's a segue. Or I think it is. But yeah, other types of jokes you can make are like stereotype jokes. For example, like a lot of like female, what they call female jokes are like this, like it's like, yeah, so I'm having sex with like my best friend's boyfriend, and I was like, he came over, and I was like, not right now. I'm gonna have to give you a pussy coupon. You can cash it in later. Yeah, and then like male stereotype jokes are usually like kind of like, yeah, so I'm like hooking up with like my girl's best friend. Dude, I like the girl, but she like goes down and like uses teeth all the time, and I'm like, damn girl, like why you gotta be on me like a chinchilla? And then like if someone were to like make like a stereotypical joke of like what Cat Toledo jokes, it'd be like, hey guys, I'm standing right here. But yeah, they say that like girls that make like relationship jokes like would be considered like a stereotype, but I think it all depends on like what level you take it to. Like I recently was madly in love with this guy who's like really into metaphysics, so I was like, dude, what I'm gonna do to impress him is like learn to astral project, and I'm gonna like totally like show up to his house and just be like, hey. And I did that, except that what's bad about it is that like they're like he's like a normal physical dude who's like hooking up with other people too. So I showed up there, and it's like he's having like real physical, and I'm like, oh, this is really awkward. And so if it's awkward in real life, in the astral plane, it's like 100 times more awkward. So yeah, I'll do a one-liner joke. Meth, it makes you as cold as ice. That's it!
Cat Toledo! That's awesome. That's awesome. That's amazing. Watch out for that shit. You saw it here first. Write it down.